Well, before we head in, I have a couple quick safety reminders. Please remain seated and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. If you happen to drop anything outside of the truck, I cannot stop to retrieve it. I'll have to call the warden to come and get it for you, so hold on tight to those belongings. If you're taking pictures, I do suggest you have your camera phones or your cameras out and ready. There's lots of animals out there, and I can't always stop for every single one. And they certainly do not stop for me, so it's best to be prepared to get that perfect picture. Also, please refrain from making any noises at the animals or yelling or anything like that, because you do get scared pretty easily. We don't want to do that. With that being said, our first stop is the Little Ituri Forest. So let's see what we can find first. First up, over on the right side, is the okapi. The okapi is very shy and reclusive. A lot of people think it's related to the zebra because of the black and white stripes on its legs, but it's not. It's actually the closest living relative to the giraffe. We know they're related because they have very similar facial structures. If you put them side by side, they look almost identical in the face. The okapi wasn't really discovered by Western civilization until about 1901. Fairly recently compared to a lot of other animals out there. If you look up on the right side, kind of hidden up there is the bongo. The bongo is also known as the ghost of the forest because it's pretty good at hiding. Their large horns lean back, which allows them to get through thick and tangled underbrush much easier. Up on the left side, you're going to see a black rhino. The black rhino can get up to about 3,000 pounds. It also has no natural predators. A couple more bongos on the right. And also coming up on the right side is the greater kudu. I see about 3 of them here. They're all females, not only because only the males have horns. The females stay in packs of about 3 to 10, while the males stay by themselves most of the time. And I'm not seeing much else over here, so we're going to get out of the forest and head on over towards the Safi River. By the way, raise your hand if this is your first time on the safari. 2 people? Cool, me too. Welcome. I just found this truck out in the parking lot, so I guess we're all in for quite the adventure today. Let's see what happens. Let's check the water down here. If you look back on the right, you'll see the Nile hippopotamus. There's 2 of them in the water back there. The hippo's horn, it weighs about 85 pounds. It's also one of the most dangerous animals in Africa because it's territorial. They'll spend most of their days submerged in the water to keep out of the heat. Then they come out of the water at night, which is when they're most active. Let's see if there's any on the left side here. And they can actually hold their breath underwater for about 5 to 8 minutes. Even when they're sleeping down there, their body automatically goes up to get air when they need it, then it goes back down without them even having to wake up. There's another one fully submerged down here. About to come out, let's see. Also, they don't swim because they don't float very well, so as you can see, they mainly just walk along the ground underwater. That's how they get around. And I don't think I'm seeing any more hippos over here, but I am seeing the Nile crocodile on the left side. And there's a few of them spread out over here. The average Nile crocodile is about 17 feet long and weighs 500 pounds. They also consume about half their body weight per meal. So it's 250 pounds of food every time they eat. Quite a bit of food. If you ever see one just hanging out with its mouth open, that's how they regulate their body temperature. Since they don't sweat, they have to let all their heat out through their mouths to cool up. They're also very gentle with their eggs. They keep their eggs in their mouth and move them around between their teeth, and that helps the hatching process. Both the males and the females do that. They lay around 70 eggs at a time. On the right is the baobab tree, also known as the upside down tree because it just looks like it took it straight out of the ground and stuck its roots out. It's leafless for about 9 months out of the year, and it can store thousands of gallons of water in its trunk for the droughts. The water stored in its trunk can be consumed by animals who are migrating or who are just thirsty and can't find water anywhere else. That gives it its second nickname, the Tree of Life. We're now about to enter the west side of the African savanna. The African savanna is very big, so the animals here might be a little more spread out from each other. But the first one you'll see here is the Hartman's Mountain zebra over on the right side. I know it's a Hartman's Mountain zebra because of its stripes. Their stripes are thicker in the back and they get a little thinner as they move forward. No two zebras have the same stripe pattern because they're all unique, just like our fingerprints. And if you're wondering whether they're black with white stripes or white with black stripes, they're black with white stripes. I know that because their muzzle is black, making that their base color. Also on the right side is the wildebeest. The wildebeest has one of the largest migration patterns on Earth. 1.5 million to 2 million of them migrate every single year. And they learn how to walk and run within the first 15 minutes of life. Mainly because there's always predators after them, so they have to learn how to get away fairly quickly. Also on the right side, with the really big horns, is the Ankole cattle, the only domesticated animal on the reserve. Their horns can get up to about 6 feet long. They use them as a cooling mechanism, letting blood flow through it now without any excess body heat. If you look on the left, kind of hidden back behind the cave there, you'll see the spotted hyena. So with hyenas, the females rule the pack. The lowest ranking female still ranked higher than the highest ranking male. And then on the far left is the sable antelope, the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. They're actually pretty tough. They go head to head with lions. Not scared of their predators at all. Their horns are sharp, lean really far back, and that helps prevent animals from attacking them from behind. These large structures we're starting to pass right here are termite mounds. Termite mounds are made out of dirt, spit, and dung. Elephants will use them as scratching posts, and goats and other smaller animals will use them as lookout posts. They stand right on the very top, that way they get a 360-degree view of any predators that might be coming after them. And also on the left side is the Maasai giraffe.
That's awesome.
The Maasai giraffe is the tallest land animal on Earth. They can grow anywhere from 18 to 20 feet tall. In fact, they're so tall that when the babies are born, they drop 6 feet straight down to the ground. Ouch. They learn how to walk and run within the first hour of life. And they also sleep standing up most of the time, mainly to get away from predators quickly if they need to. Giraffes only sleep about 30 minutes a day. They also eat for 20 hours a day. Sounds like a good ratio to me. They also have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as humans do. We both have 7. Theirs are just a little bit bigger than ours. Alright, now let's go check out the other side of West Savannah, see what else we can find here. Seeing a few more wildebeest over here. There's some more giraffes coming up ahead as well. Yep, 2 more giraffes over on the left side. No, 3 more. 5. Oh yeah, kind of blending in with the trees back there. So one more thing about the giraffe, they have a prehensile tongue. Basically what that means is their tongue can bend just like our fingers. It helps them grip on the leaves better while they're eating. Their tongues are about 18 inches long, and they're also purple, which looks pretty cool. Alright, now let's head on over towards the east side of the savannah. side over here so far, but let's keep going. Alright, we're coming up on the greater flamingo, the lightest shade of pink out of all the flamingos. They get their color from the brine shrimp they eat, and they are born gray, so if you see some white and gray ones down there, those are the newer ones that just haven't gotten their full color yet. But they'll get their color eventually. They just need to grow a little more and eat some more shrimp, which doesn't sound too bad to me. Also, that's an odd shape for an island. I don't think I've ever seen one shaped like that before. It looks kind of familiar, but I can't really tell what it is. I think I saw it in a shirt once. I guess we'll never know. As we're coming into this side, there's a big mud pit over on the left. It's a good sign that we might see some rhinos around here. Rhinos like to roll around in mud to cool off from the hot sun. It's not that warm out here, but the sun is still fully out. So they could just be hanging out in the shade somewhere. Let's keep an eye out for those rhinos. They're hard to miss. It's good pretty big. As we're looking for those rhinos, we do have to be very careful here. We're entering cheetah territory right now. Cheetahs are usually hard to see because they're really good at blending in with their surroundings. So let's look very closely up on the left. If you see a cheetah, be sure to point it out. Nothing yet. Let's go check this side. Nothing. So they're either hiding really well or they're out running somewhere. So let's keep going. This large rock structure on the left side is called a copy, and that's where lions tend to hang out a lot. So we'll go around the copy here, see if we can find any lions in the area. Well, no lions yet, but I did find the rhinos we were looking for a minute ago. They're going to be up ahead on the right here in just a second. A couple baby rhinos back there as well. So those are white rhinos. We'll get over to them here in a minute because we're about to get over to that side. Let's check one more spot for some lions. All right, here we go. There's a female lion laying down. You can just see her head popping out right there. And if you look down the ramp, right in front of her, there's a male. You can just see the back half of his body.
Oh, and there's the other female down there.
Oh, there's another one. So with lions, the females primarily do the hunting while the males stay back home with the young. They mostly do their hunting at night, which is when they're most active because they sleep about 20 hours a day. Also, a lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away, so while you're at the park a little later on, keep your ears open because you might hear them roaring. It's very, very loud. Alright, let's get over to these rhinos we saw a second ago. So the white rhino can get up to about 6,000 pounds. Looks like the baby's running around. Get up to about 6,000 pounds. Oh, yeah, I'll let him get crazy out real quick. Oh, he's chasing the water bucks around. Despite their name, they're not actually white, they're more of a gray color. They get their name from the Afrikaans word bite, which means wide, because they have wide mouths. I think the name kind of just got lost in translation there. They're also pretty blind. They can't see more than a couple feet in front of them, so they mainly rely on their hearing to get around. They have very sensitive hearing. They kind of bump into a lot of things while they're walking around, which is fitting because a group of rhinos is actually called a crash. Crash of rhinos. And now it looks like we're entering Magadi Glen. This is where the Warden lives. That's his house right down there. Likes to keep one specific type of animal here at the house, the Nigerian dwarf goat. I'm already seeing a few of these goats. Gonna be spread out along the front yard here. Let's check the other side. So these are all fully grown adults, by the way. As big as they're gonna get, which thank you forever. The Warden likes to keep the goats safe here at the house, and in return they provide them with very nutritious milk. Milk which you can then sell or turn into cheese. It's very valuable here in the village. They're also really good for the ecosystem around here. They eat all the bad weeds and other plants in the ground that other animals won't. They can eat quite a bit because they have 4 stomachs, very similar to that of a giraffe, which is why the giraffe and the dwarf goat both have potbellies. Alright, my friends, as we approach the end of our safari, I just want to take a little time to talk about conservation. If you'd like to help out with Disney's conservation efforts, you can donate to the Disney Conservation Fund. Any dollar amount you'd like, Disney will match that donation dollar for dollar. If you'd like to help out, you can do it at any of the retail or merch shops at the park. Just go up to any register and let them know. Also, here comes the best part, the splash song. We're back at base camp, just like that. It only took us about 2 weeks to get back, which isn't too bad, considering my last safari took about a month. We got stuck in the mud for 3 weeks, and it wasn't pretty, but at least we made it back in a timely manner this time. These 2 weeks really only felt like 17 minutes, but hey, time flies by when you're having fun. Unfortunately, though, this is the end of our safari. And here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, we don't like to say goodbye, because that's just too sad and too final. Instead, here we like to say Kwaherini, which means go well. As we approach the dock, please make sure you have all of your personal belongings. Watch your head and step as you exit, and have a wild rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Once again, my name is Axel. Thank you so much for riding my safari today, and I hope to see you back very, very soon.